When a drone fails in the air, the damage is not just the crash. It can become a liability chain that reaches the pilot, the company, the manufacturer, the software provider, the maintainer, and sometimes even the customer on the ground. If you operate commercially, especially in spray, inspection, or any high-risk job, this is not a theory. This is where one equipment failure can turn into lost revenue, claims, reporting obligations, and legal exposure. In this video, we are breaking down who may be responsible when drone technology malfunctions, what the FAA and FCC do and do not control, and what operators should be watching for before a failure becomes a business problem. The first thing to understand is that drone equipment failure is not automatically one person's fault. In real operations, responsibility often depends on where the failure started. Was it pilot error? Was the aircraft poorly maintained? Did a battery, motor, or sensor fail? Did software or a comms link break down? Was there a defective component from the manufacturer? Or was the system used in a way that violated operating limits in the first place? That question matters because the legal and financial consequences follow the cause. If the operator ignored maintenance, skipped pre-flight checks, flew with known defects, or operated outside the manufacturer's guidance, that usually strengthens a negligence claim against the operator or the business. In plain terms, if you knew or should have known the equipment was not ready, the blame tends to land closer to you. That is why logs matter. Maintenance logs, flight logs, battery cycle records, incident notes. If it is not documented, it is much harder to defend. If the failure traces back to a defective part or system design, then product liability may enter the picture. That can involve the drone manufacturer, the component supplier, or sometimes a software developer, if the malfunction came from a control or navigation system problem. But this is where operators need to stay grounded. A defective product claim does not erase operator responsibility if the aircraft was misused, altered, overloaded, or flown with missing updates, or ignored warnings. Both things can be true at once. And that is the part many operators miss. Liability is often shared across the chain. Now, what changed? Drones are being used in more high liability settings than before, not just hobby flying. We are talking spray drones over crops, inspection flights near property and critical infrastructure, and paid commercial work where downtime, drift, collisions, or data loss can cost real money. As use cases become more complex, the failure modes become more expensive. A tech issue that would have been a nuisance in a recreational flight can become a property claim, a crop damage issue, or a regulatory event. What did not change is the basic legal standard. You are expected to operate responsibly, maintain your equipment, and follow the rules that apply to your mission. The FAA still focuses on safe operation, airspace, pilot qualifications, and operational compliance. The FCC still matters when your communications equipment, transmitters, or radio systems come into play. And for spray drone operators, pesticide rules, environmental restrictions, label requirements, and state-level compliance can be just as important as aviation rules. That is a big point. A drone malfunction in agriculture is not only an aviation issue, it can become a pesticide application issue. If a spray drone loses control, now you may be dealing with environmental exposure. Real-world incidents show the same pattern. A manufacturer points to operator error. The operator points to a defective sensor. A maintenance provider says the aircraft had not been serviced properly. And meanwhile, the insurance carrier is asking for records. This is why vendor disclaimers deserve a close read. If a contract says the system is as is, it can change the fight. Another red flag is unsecured communications. If a drone system depends on a remote link, operators should know what happens when that link fails. Does the aircraft fail safe? Does it return home? Does it hover? Does it drop the payload? Does it keep spraying? Those are not minor details. Those are liability details. If your system loses connection in a way that creates a predictable hazard, you have a weak position. So what should operators do next? Start with the boring stuff, because that is what protects you. Use equipment from reputable, compliant sources, not just the cheapest option. Keep maintenance logs that are actually usable, not just a folder full of screenshots. Record pre-flight checks. Record battery health. Record firmware updates. Write it down and follow it consistently. Review your contracts before you fly. If you are using subcontractors or partners, you need to know who is responsible for what, how indemnity works, and what insurance is required. And if a malfunction happens, preserve everything. Don't wipe logs. Don't reset the aircraft before capturing data. Incident documentation can be the difference between a failure and a costly dispute. Here is the bottom line. When a drone malfunctions, liability usually follows the facts, not the marketing. Those who maintain records and follow procedures are in a much better position. If you run drones for business, the goal is not to eliminate every risk. The goal is to know where the risk sits and be ready for it. Subscribe for more drone industry, FAA, and FCC breakdowns.